So I wanted to give me a minute. But I just got this new cologne. I love that shit, man. They got a sale on fragrancenet.com. Y'all need to go out and check them shits. I got this nice Versace joint. What else? I got a Coach for men. What else I got? And some Armaf. I think that's it. That's what it's called. Armaf or Math. I digress. The name of this first fucking video will be, do black women really know black men? Questioning the assumptions we make. Now, this is just me basically trying to get an aspect of what do black women really think about black men? Because it's almost, when you look at shit online, you be like, bro, this is why I be saying you got to get offline. Even myself, I have to get offline. Y'all see me do hiatus. I did like I think I took like 2 to 3 months from this YouTube shit just to get away from it. Sometimes I take a year from Instagram, you know what I mean, just to get away from it. I'll be on it, shooting the shits and giggling and shit, giggling and laughing and shit, because it's like I got family members on that shit. I be sending, this is you, nigga, this is you. But other than that, I mean, we play on that shit, we talk shit, but it's like, it is some real serious topics on there, man. It's really some serious, and some topics is just, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But back to the question, do black women really know black men? And I ask that because one of the talking points says this: stereotypes versus reality. Break down common stereotypes black women might have about black men and contrast them with the complexity of black men's lived experience. Now, the funny thing is that I'm making this specific question because I hear the statements of, I think you see my last video where black women have said things like, do black men even love or like, not even love, do black men even like black women? Do you even like women? That's the quote. Do you even like women? And truth be told, I can understand why you say that, because I think that it's a little bit of projection in that question. I think that there's a little bit of projection in that question. Because, let me reverse Uno this shit real quick. Why would you ask that, right? As if you don't see the other side of the coin. And it's only one side of the coin. You got to first ask why you say that. Because I think this is why I feel like it's projection. The reason why I feel like that's projection and that question of do you even like women is a question of projection, because what have you done to men? Do you really? And that's the thing. I'll even do the Meg the Stallion on y'all asses. Maybe you don't know who shot you. Maybe you don't know. I'm drawing right now. I don't know what the fuck happened. But yeah, I was going to say this. Maybe y'all are realizing, and it's like this I said before, this is why I believe it's projection. But maybe, and I wanted to throw this in, maybe you realize that some of you as women aren't really fucking nice people, aren't kind people, aren't good women. Maybe you realize that some of you aren't really good to hang around, good to be around. Some of you, yes, all you provide, which is maybe sex to men, that's all you are. That sounds crazy saying it, yes. But just as much as y'all say about how y'all deal with the bullshit coming from us, it's crazy to me that y'all don't think that we deal with the bullshit coming from y'all. It's crazy to me that y'all think it is one-sided because somehow the patriarchy. Somehow the patriarchy. It's the most crazy shit. For lack of better words, who shot you? But maybe you don't know any women that are evil, for lack of better words. I don't know what else to say. Just evil incarnate, like literally scum of the earth. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than the shit that some of these women have done. From black men should be in body bags to I would rather abort my son if it's a son. These are women that are platformed, mind you. These are women that literally other women have pushed up. These are not regular Joe women. Like, these are not regular, smegular, everyday women. These are women that have been platformed and being pushed up, because it's a lot of women that, it's a loud minority, for lack of better words. It's a loud minority. It's just like how it is with the LGBT. It's a loud minority. And as much as we say, to us, to me, to other black men. Why are you complaining? I had a question. I mean, I had a comment in my. He first of all, he didn't have anything to do with the video. I think that was one of Sean C's mini men. But basically, he comes in my video and said, "Yeah, you call yourself Circle of Pharaohs, but you sure do cry a lot." And then somebody else says something else, and I'm like, "So you come to my channel to cry about, by your logic, about me crying? You come to give your opinion, which is what I was doing, was just giving my opinion. But by your logic, it's crying. You come to my page to cry." I digress. I digress. The main thing is this. Going back to the projection. Maybe women do not see or hear about other women's wrongdoings or bad habits, for lack of better words. Because the first thing that comes to mind is Holly Bailey. Holly Bailey? I never knew that she was that crazy. I never knew that she was that crazy. And she gave me aggressive. She gave me more so, I'm gonna come at you with the same energy you come at me with. She gave me the aspect of, but she gave me the aspect of combative. Combative. That's all I got from her. Combative. She's not only combative, she said that she wanted to kill the baby that they have, Halo. She also threatened in DDG that she wanted to kill the baby. I'm not even gonna go into the fight aspect because yes, I do believe that if he put his hands on her, he shouldn't have put his hands on her. I do believe that. I'm gonna stand on that shit. I'll stand on that hill and I'll die on it because we have the ability to kill women with our force. Even the weakest of men can strangle a motherfucker. You know what I mean? There's some strong women too. I get it. Not all police in my damn comment section. Please leave me alone. But she did not give me the aspect of I'm gonna be empathetic. She's hurt. She's hurt. I could go on to the whole I told you I she was an evil woman. She's still evil. Let's just keep it a buck. The way that she was doing the coercion, that was still manipulative as fuck, which a lot of women do, but nobody calls it emotional coercion. Really, what I want to call it is emotional rape. But when I said it before in one of my last videos, why would you compare rape and no? Let's just call it what it is. You gave me a fucking ultimatum on your stance on shit, and you really forcing my card to do shit. You're forcing my card. He was forced to do what he had to do. And even still, when he defended himself, when he took pictures, you know how many women were coming out saying, had more pieces to say of him being a narcissist? So yes, when you say, do you even like women? And you see situations like Holly Bailey, and you still, women were blaming on postpartum depression, even though the conversations were before was basically that I'm going to kill myself. Do you really want me to kill myself? I'm going to do it. In the text messages to him, and he was literally saying to her, I'm scared about what you may do to me or to this child. She's literally threatening him with abortion. When you ask yourself as a woman, to men, do you even like women? Even men that say that shit, I'm not even gonna address y'all niggas because y'all just trying to get some pussy. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Y'all just trying to get some pussy. Y'all want to be an ally. Y'all call yourselves allies to women, but y'all really just trying to get some pussy. Even, I would say even the gay men, but truth be told, we in Atlanta. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. We in Atlanta, in Georgia. There's a lot of women out here that claim to be heterosexual, and they are still dibbling dabbling in the LGBT community. You know what I mean? When I say dibbling and dabbling, it's not just the lesbian aspect, but they're messing with bisexual and gay men. For like, I mean, they're obviously not gay if they're bisexual, but they're messing with men that are bisexual, and they know that they're bisexual, and they still, because I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I'm no homo, but these niggas is brolic. They fucking always dressed in good. They always keep their body on point. Women love that shit. So yes, a lot of women are going for those niggas. You know what I mean? Especially in Atlanta. But we don't talk about that because that again puts women in a bad light. But yeah, oh my other camera. Give me a minute. Should have just put that shit out. It is what it is. But yes, the main thing is this. I wanted to first ask, I want you to ask yourself, as women or as men, why do you ask that type of question? You know what I mean? And do you hate us that much to even ask that question? Because I never, even though I'm disappointed in some women, even though I'm disappointed in women that I love, I got a woman that I love and I know she's on the same type of time as Holly Bailey. I'm not going to hold you. I know that I love her. I know that I do. But I know that I have to leave her the fuck alone. I know that DDG loves that woman. He had a baby by the woman. But I know he knows that he need to leave her the fuck alone. That's one of the stereos, I guess, for lack of a better word. Another thing. There's another thing I want to discuss. Lack of communication. I want to discuss how a lack of open dialogue and vulnerability between black men and black women creates gaps in understanding in each other's struggles. Going back to the comment section of my last video of somebody saying, "Why are you crying?" I don't know if that was a man or a woman. But when I speak on these things and I have an opinion towards these things, or even if I say that I have a standard of these things, right? No matter what it is, because I'm a man, these standards are looked at as sassy, emotional, narcissistic, you know what I mean? Egotistical, a part of the patriarchy. You see what I can go on and on list for days, like as far as all of the therapy terms. But yes, the lack of these type of talks, the lack of these type of conversations with each other, or these type of even not even conversations, because I'm not conversating with y'all. I'm literally just I'm putting myself out there. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm going to get those dickheads. I'm going to get those dickheads. I'm going to get the asshats in my comments. I'm going to get the women that are feminists that just can't believe that I said certain things in a certain part of the video. I get it. I get it. This is a part of putting yourself out there. But the main thing is that it needs to be. I think that the reason why, I think I said it in my last video, in my last comment section, that the reason why people feel so hard the way that they do towards men showing some type of emotion, showing some type of vulnerability, showcasing that, hey, this is something that I don't agree with, and this is why I don't agree with it. The reason why such vitriolic hate comes towards those is because, just like how I said in one of my videos before, how men and women have basically deified women so much that they look at themselves like gods. What do you think that they did with men? Because if you don't show emotions, if you don't have an opinion, if you can't have standards, if you basically are just there to do, are you a human? Because that kind of sounds like objectification to me too. You're just a tool. You're just a tool. When we were okay with just being a tool, we wasn't emotional enough. 60s, 50s, all of those times, we wasn't emotional enough. We didn't show empathy towards our women. Now, we're too emotional. We got too much standards. There's literally videos out there saying that basically women, and I'm speaking to black women because that's what I look at. I don't look at all of the white women's videos. I don't look at all of the Asian women's videos, the Latino women's videos. I look at mainly black women videos. And yes, they have laughed and kikied about it, but it's like, it's kind of funny, but it's true. Some women don't like when men have standards, because then I have to check myself. As a woman, if she's a woman that has to basically go into a relationship with a man that has standards, she has to basically check herself, her bullshit at the front door. Leave them bags at the front door, bag lady. Leave them bags at the front door. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about is cultural expectations. And I wanted to explore how society's expectations of black men, i.e. stoicism and toughness, make it harder for black women to understand the full range of emotions, challenges that they face. Because, again, going back to my last statement, if you see us always stoic and just not saying anything, then of course you're going to look at us like we fucking crazy when we actually show you, hey, we're actually human beings. We feel like that hurt. That actually fucking hurt what you said. But when you say to yourself, niggas get shot every day, B, you'll be all right. You feel me? Like, niggas get shot every day, B. You know what I mean? When we address these type of topics and we say something, because I say that, it's funny that I'm talking about Cameron and the situation that happened with Cameron and male Melissa Ford. about her talking about some shit that she didn't understand or she didn't know because she doesn't understand black men and what we may go through. Because yes, her situation that she was talking about was a situation that Cameron shouldn't have been in, but they were all kids. So whoever invited them into that situation, we're gonna talk about the adults. You know what I mean? And that's not good. It's not good. It's not good, but it does happen a lot. It happened to me when I'm in situations that I shouldn't be in because I'm pulled into it by adults. You know what I mean? But that's how some men, especially men that are in the hood or men that are in urban environments, for lack of better words, because you don't have to be a hood nigga to be pulled into some hood shit. You don't. It's easy. It's easy. Look at the statistics of niggas in jail. Niggas don't even have to be hood niggas to be pulled in jail. You know what I mean? But I digress. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, let me see. And this is going to be probably the last thing, or the last two things. The impact of historical trauma. And I wanted to talk about I want to delve into the generational trauma effects, how generational trauma affects black men's emotional expression, often leading to misunderstandings of black women. Now, that's one thing that we have to address on ourselves. And I say that because there are still cases of men doing some really fucked up shit to women. And only thing you can blame it on is how they were raised. You know what I mean? I get it. We want to all shit on Diddy. But guess who raised Diddy? A single black woman. That's who raised Diddy. It was a video that shit was disgusting. It was a video that they put out while he was a grown-ass man. They kissing each other on the lips, dog. That shit was disgusting. I don't even want to know what the fuck he was doing with her. Because I already know what the fuck that R. Kelly was doing with his fucking adult family members. You know what I mean? Like, when we talk about it, let's talk about it and not be on some, like, but I get it. You know, jokes, kiki, nobody wants to be serious on the internet. And when you are serious on the internet, it's more so who hurt you. Why are you so serious? Nigga, because you should be. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place, of course, because you should be. With certain situations, when you say shit like, do you even like black women? That's not a jokey joke thing. That's dangerous. Case in point, what I had to say with Deontay Tyler. When you say things like good men should be held accountable for bad men's actions, that's dangerous. Because like I said before in that last video, sometimes good black men are the only fucking safeguard for those bad black women. Or those bad black men. It was a good black man that got my ass got my ass out of jail, gave me a fucking book called Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, Dr. Tart. He's on Instagram, Dr. fucking Tart. And he's still a good black man. He's got beautiful children, beautiful family, beautiful wife. He says some things that I don't agree with. He does. But, you know, that's Dr. Tart. That's relationship dynamics. But as far as how he views other black men, he wants to see the best for us. I genuinely believe that. I do. And I think it's the same way with Deontay Kyle. I do. Sean C., I don't know. I think that he's more clickbaity. I think that he's young. He's more clickbaity. Deontay Kyle, he's a little bit, seasoned. He's in the game. You know what I mean? He did some, he been in the trenches. You feel me? And then he from the South. He already know how this shit about. You know what I mean? I think he genuinely wants good for black men. I just didn't think that the way that he expressed himself about good black men, literally stepping in front of a bullet, because let's just be what it is. That's exactly what it is. You literally asking good black men to literally cast off all of the shit that they got going on in their lives to step in front of a bullet for random, whether she be good or bad, it don't even really matter. Random woman, random black woman, random woman. So I'm not sure if he was specifically speaking with black women, but I think, yeah, he was specifically speaking to black women. So yes, a random black woman. But I said it before. I don't give a fuck. If you not family and I don't know you, that's not happening. And I don't think that men in general should do that. Not in this day and age. Because you have to ask yourself, let's just keep it a buck. When you go to a job, do you go to that job just because for goodness sake? You as a good black man, do you go to that job for goodness sake? No, you come to get a check. There's rewards, there's checks and balances. So it's like, I don't understand why we trying to act like, because I've seen somebody say, oh yeah, quote unquote, good black men. Nobody do shit for goodness sake, dog. Let's keep it a fucking stack. If we gonna keep it 100, let's keep it 100. Nobody does shit for goodness sake if we don't know your ass. Okay, and then the people that do, a lot of the times, they're either tricked, they're fucking scammed. You understand what I mean? Sometimes they're put in jail for the goodness sakes. Martin Luther King went to jail for goodness sake. Martin Luther King took a bullet in the fucking skull for goodness sakes. Malcolm X, we want to talk about for goodness sakes. The reason why I don't want to talk about this, because as much as the Muslim community don't like it being discussed about, but I'm not Muslim. Just be honest. We already know that it was a lot of bullshit that was going on, and we don't want to talk about it. It was bullshit going on in a lot of chapters, and when it comes to religion, it gets messy. It gets messy, and I don't think that Malcolm X was basically trying to be in that mess. So he started diverting from the message of the Fruit of Islam and Honorable Louis Farrakhan. And he started also talking some things that he shouldn't have been talking. You know what I mean? But he was doing it for goodness sakes. You understand what I mean? Same thing with same thing with Martin Luther King. He knew what was coming. He was doing it for goodness sakes. He knew that once he was kumbaya to my Lord. Peace, peace, peace be upon you. Diving deep once again. Like he's one of them. And then he changed his fucking flow. You know why he changed his flow? It's because he started realizing the more peace I give these niggas, it seems as though they love when I do that peace and they don't change anything. The status quo has never changed. So now I need to come with we coming to get our check. When he started saying we're coming to get our check from the government, he knew that he was doing this for goodness sakes, because he knew that he was going to get a bullet for that shit. But he was doing it because he knew that his people needed better situations, better living situations, better lifestyles, better in general. Nobody does shit for goodness sakes, dog. You can even, for lack of better words, you can even say that they didn't do shit for goodness sakes, because they still had a mission at the end of the day. They was doing it to get a completed goal, completed task. But the more you do shit for like quote unquote goodness sakes, the more you fucking turn people the wrong way. But you do that shit if you want to. You can catch something, but also, last thing, building empathy. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to leave it alone. It's going to be in. But I wanted to offer ways black women can better understand black men, highlighting the importance of empathy and active listening. Because I think that we listen to respond. It's not just black women. Black men do it too. But I see a lot more of it as far as black men not understanding or showing empathy. Because even there's certain situations where black women were hurt. And mind you, this is basically a reaction of, I don't like seeing black women hurt. I don't like seeing black women, even when it is their fault. Maybe that's just me. I get it. I don't like seeing that shit. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like seeing women actually. It makes me kind of, for lack of better words, cringe. I guess that's a word. But it makes me kind of flinch a little bit when I see black women being hurt, whether it be emotionally or physically, even if it's something that they got based off of something that they did. Because it's like, I just kind of be like, well, you know what I mean? I hate that happened to you, because I really do. I hate that happened to you because you had another choice. It makes me hurt when I see black women hurt, good or bad. Like the Krishan Rock situation. I do not like the fact that she's literally staying in that situation. But I know she love him. And I think he loves her too. I think he does. It's toxic as fuck. Let's just call it what it is. But there's a lot of relationships that's like that. The DDG situation and the Holly situation. He knew he shouldn't have been with that girl. Tory Lanez, we can go down the long laundry list. Now, I'm specifically talking about black women. I don't know if I feel the same about women of other races. Call me racist if you want to. I don't think I do. But I do know that black women do get a bad rep. And sometimes it's a rep that they cast upon themselves. You know what I mean? They hold on their chest like a badge of honor, for lack of better words. But I understand that black women do get both. When you want to talk about intersectionality, I want to go in a video with that, but when you want to talk about intersectionality, right? I don't know how much I believe in that, because intersectionality can be flipped and changed depending on what views of quote unquote oppression it is. Like, case in point, if you're a black woman, you're paralyzed, you're blind, what else? You can't read, you know what I mean? What else? You don't have access to good health care. It's like, you know what I mean? It's so many levels of the shit that you literally, and it's like, so what do you do with that then? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do with that when you literally see yourself as such beneath? You literally, the frustration. I literally understand the frustration. I understand the frustration when you literally see yourself as layer. You know what I mean? Financially crippled, emotionally crippled. What else? Sometimes you don't have family members, no type of community, crippled. Is nasty work, man. But yeah, that's just a question that I wanted to ask. Do black women really know black men? We're probably gonna name this video that. Do black women really know black men? And these are my questions of the assumptions that, like I said before, I want to make a series out of this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call the series. I'll figure it out later, but I'll probably put it in a playlist. But yeah, like that, we go.